I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I want to thank you all for coming. It's not every meeting we have an audience of this size, so it's wonderful to have you here. We have this is our workshop. It's a rather informal setting and a few presentations to be made for us tonight. So first off, Karen, does anyone ask for public comment? Okay, so having none of that, I'm going to turn to Dr. Andrea, our superintendent, and ask if you would mind introducing our first speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Trish Brissett tonight. Trish is going to celebrate a lot of the partnerships that go on with the Family Resource Center and our COSI program. But this is just one aspect and one piece of evidence on our school to community partnerships and the wonderful work that goes on before and after school and during the school day. So we all know that learning takes place outside the schools and beyond 8 to 2:30 or 9 to 3:40. And a lot of that work is attributed to Trish and her program. So it is my privilege to have her part of the team and all the amazing work that she does. So Trish is going to be here and celebrating and recognizing our great partners. So Trish.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andre, and thank you to the school committee and the administrators and to our families that have joined us tonight. Our presentation tonight is going to be two-part. We're going to do a little showcase on the Parents as Teachers program. Emily Spence is the program manager of the Parents as Teachers program and has been with that program for just closing in on 20 years now. So I'm going to invite her to come up. The second part of our program is we are going to just do a shout out and a big, huge thank you that's long overdue to several of the people and organizations in the community that have partnered with us over the years. And I just wanted to say a big thank you. So without further ado, Emily is a rock star among rock stars. She wears a lot of hats these days. As all of you know, she's the coordinator of the HES program for the Department of Health, the Health Equity Zone. But I'm hoping her first and foremost and always true love is going to be Parents as Teachers and Emily.
Thank you. That's quite a nice introduction. Thank you, Trish. And thank you all for hearing us tonight. This spring I'm celebrating, as Trish mentioned, 20 years working with the Parents as Teachers program, which I'm very proud of. Another year and a half I was a family in the program, and some of you have been families in the Parents as Teachers program. And it's at that time that I really learned of the value of the program, and I've been proud to be with the program this long. During these 20 years, I've come in front of the school committee a few times now, and I'm always proud to be here and to share with you about how we continue to grow and blossom as we help the families do the same with their children. Currently, we have 41 families that we're serving with either monthly or bi-weekly visits. Since July, we've had 27 referrals to our program from WIC or Visiting Nurse Services or other community organizations. So at this time, our program is full, and we're referring to other programs, which we're glad that they're out there to be able to support our families. But I would like to introduce the PAT team to you because none of this growth or expansion would be possible without our PAT team. Sarah Bullard is one of our parent educators. Sarah has 4 children of her own. She also volunteers her time with the Bristol Theater Company and Bristol Warren Education Foundation. She's been with our program for 5 years. She's in charge of organizing our group connections, also known as our play groups. We hold those on a monthly basis at the Rogers Free Library, where we host about 8 to 10 families who come out and enjoy supporting their children and learning vital social skills, connecting with other families, to feel a sense of connectedness and learning about the topic of the month, which also goes along with our newsletter that Sarah also coordinates. Sarah brings her background in journalism to create a wonderful newsletter. You'll see in your packets this month's newsletter is on discipline, which is always an important one for our families, and it's important for us as well, as we know the importance of social and emotional development and how that's tied to academic success and happiness for children. Boylan is our other parent educator, and Kathleen has been in various roles with the program over the years. Kathleen was one of my families way back when with one of her 3 children. Then she began working with us in 2004. Unfortunately, the grant that was funding her position ended suddenly, so we lost her at that time, but she went on to do a lot of other positions in the early childhood field, including being the director of a local preschool. Kathleen has over 30 years of experience working in human services and early childhood. We're thrilled to be able to hire her back about 2 years ago, and she brings that expertise with her to help strengthen our program. She's always making suggestions to improve our program systems, and she brings that expertise with her as we are able now to expand the services to our families to see families up until age 5. So she brings her preschool background to help us as we're growing our program. We were able to grow the program due to a grant from the Rogers Free Library. And this expansion of our program has really been a highlight this year. We've been getting a lot of feedback from families who feel happy that we're able to continue to support them past age 3. Previously, they were enjoying visits from us monthly or bi-weekly, and then at age 3, we had to stop visits and refer them to other agencies or resources, but not be there to support them. So now we can continue with our visits, continue providing them with activities to help them be ready for school, and support them as their child's first teacher. Like the birth to 3 curriculum, the 3 to 5 curriculum is an evidence-based curriculum, which is very robust. There's activities in your packets as well, so you can see the kinds of activities that we're bringing out to families, as well as research about past success in preparing children to enter school ready to learn. Our visits center around 3 areas. The first is parent-child interaction, and we focus on language, social, emotional, cognitive, and motor development. We also talk about developmental-centered parenting, so we focus on topics like nutrition and sleep and discipline and attachment. And then the third area is family well-being, where we talk to families about education and employment, recreation opportunities. We connect them with whatever resources they need in that area, but we feel this very well-balanced approach not only serves to help support parents to help their children in their development, but it also helps support the family as a unit, making them a stronger unit in the years to come. An additional part of our program is a screening. We offer overall developmental screenings and social emotional screenings, as well as health screenings. So we partner with parents and sit down and conduct the screenings, and if there's ever an area that a child doesn't seem to be developing at a typical rate, we give them activities to help them develop, and if those activities aren't enough, we connect them with early intervention so that they can get the help they need early on. I could go on and talk more and more about this program, which I'm so proud and pleased to lead, but I think you'll learn much more from the families that are coming here and ready to share with you. So I thank both Holly and Lauren Zlatko for taking the time out of their schedules to come and share their feelings about the program with you.
We joined the program in September of 2016. My daughter was a year and a half at the time. We enjoy attending the play groups once a month. There's a story time, then there's playtime, and they're able to have socialization with other children their age. There are monthly visits that we enjoy. We'll do a learning activity, and there'll be a handout that is given to us after with different things that we've done with the activity, which are different things around the house to be able to do the activity. And also, it helped my daughter when she was approaching age 2, and she wasn't where she needed to be with speech. I was able to be referred to early intervention for that, so that helped her out a lot. And now that she's 3, we can continue the program. We love that too.
And now we'll have Lauren Zlatko will come and share.
Hi, my name is Laura Cunningham. This is my husband, Marco. We have one daughter. Her name is Isla. We started the program when she was just a year old, and now she'll be 3 in August. Isla definitely looks forward to her visits with our parent educator. She's always kind of curious about what's in the bag. Is it going to be toys or crafts or games and all kinds of surprises, so she looks forward to it. For me, I look forward to the visits because I'm always learning ways to help support her growth and development. It's also really been wonderful to have kind of this regular space where I can ask questions and strategize about, how to best manage the latest stage that she's going through, whether it's, being a picky eater or, not napping anymore, or whatever phase it is that we're going through. Although I'd say it's probably mostly sleep that we talk about. For us, I think another element to this program that's been really helpful is that it's provided us a connection to the community. Neither my husband or I are from this area originally, so that's been a really important piece for me. It's been great to have an ally in parenting that, can introduce us to some of the local services and resources and events that are, for the early childhood age group. We've also been able to take advantage of some of the programs that they offer outside of the monthly visits. For example, my mother-in-law, who watches Isla once a week, was able to take part in a CPR class that was offered by through parents and teachers. So that was a really great opportunity. I know for her, I couldn't participate because I had to work, but for my mother-in-law, I think it really gave her some confidence in being able to better care for our child. I think I just want to end with one kind of final example of support that we received through this program, and I'm already getting emotional just thinking about it, but when Isla was 18 months old, I went back to work, and that was a bittersweet moment. I was really happy to get back into the workforce, but I was sort of paralyzed at the thought of leaving Isla, so I really had no idea where to begin the search for quality daycare. So through my tears, I texted Kathleen, and she came to visit us the very next day, and she brought with her, a list of some really reputable daycares in the area. She talked to me about questions that we might want to ask when we're interviewing daycares. And I think most importantly, she comforted me as I was kind of coming to terms with this change that I was going to be experiencing, and really let me know that it was going to be okay and we may get through it. So I really don't know what I would have done without her in that moment, because I was really, my husband will agree, he got a few tearful phone calls around that time at work. So as you can see, I can't say enough positive things about the program. It's invaluable, and we're actually expecting another baby in November. So I'm thrilled that we'll be able to keep participating in the program, and I'm especially thrilled that it's expanding so that Isla will be able to continue seeing her parent educator until she's 5. So thank you for your time.
How valuable the Parents as Teachers program is. I've been saying for over a decade it's a shining star for the district, and I think we just heard how important it is even to speaking to the kids being ready for kindergarten, to have a program like this where we can monitor and keep track of the children's development. So thank you so much. Thank you, Emily. I'm going to move into thanking our community partners, and I'm going to start off with several people and organizations that have been crucial to our support and help with the Parents as Teachers program. Before and after school program is a self-sustaining program. It's a fee-based program, and we work with the Department of Health, Department of Human Services for child care subsidies. The Parents as Teachers program, we're always looking for funding sources, always looking for ways that we can support this program. And I'm going to start off with the Department of Health. I wanted to recognize Christine Campagna and Sidra Sharp. Sidra, you made it. Okay. I don't think really we'd have the program without the Department of Health. And back in 2012, the Department of Health got involved with the Parents as Teachers program statewide and was trying to come up with some solutions to keep home visiting programs going, and as there's more funding in the state to grow that, and having these programs, Parents as Teachers, already in place made perfect sense. So over the years, since 2014, the Department of Health has paid the annual Parents as Teachers affiliate fees for Pat National and covered the cost of training for Emily to become certified. She had been, but update her certification. We had ended the 3 to 5 program years back due to funding, and due to some grants and some programs that I'm going to explain to you tonight, we were able to continue with the 3-year-olds until they reach age 5. So over the course, since 2014, the Department of Health has invested $9,100 to help us with the affiliate fees. So we just want to thank you so much, Christine and Sidra, for advocating for the program. Thank you so much. Another aspect of the Department of Health that we've been able to benefit from is the health equity zone that's planted itself in Bristol. And Craig and Emily, both are on that team. We've benefited, in your packets, I don't know if you can see my talking points if you're interested in looking at the amounts. And I'm talking about dollars here, but I did mean to say before I started that obviously money's important, and obviously we can't make huge strides without it, but it's really the heart and soul of the people behind it and the advocates that find these programs so important and have a passion for it that work behind it. So some of the people I'm recognizing and organizations I'm recognizing, and there's a dollar amount, but many there's not a dollar amount. It's just a matter of passion. So over the last few years, the Health Equity Zone has invested $7,800 year 2, $33,397 year 3, $12,266 year 4. That's $65,747 that has been invested into the Parents as Teachers program. And we just want to thank you so much for advocating for our program. The next place we wanted to recognize is the Rogers Free Library. We got a great grant from Rogers Free. Betty Brito, Joan Prescott, and Pete Maloney couldn't be here tonight, but they were very excited to help with this 3 to 5 program and get it back going again. So it's our current, we don't exit the 3-year-olds, we keep them going till 5, which Emily alluded to and I did already. But we did get a $4,824 grant to continue the training for the 3 to 5 program. And there was also a book giveaway initiative that was $1,800 where Emily picked out some child books and gave them out free to our families. So that, along with hosting the play groups, the group connections once a month, we're just very, very grateful to the library and our partners there. Between the certification and the book giveaway, we had $6,679. So that was a great gift. Next, I wanted to recognize the Bristol Rotary. Is Beth here? Beth, okay. Hi, Beth. I'm sorry, I didn't meet you earlier, but we wanted to thank the Bristol Rotary for covering the cost of that class. That was, is it Laura? Yeah, you mentioned earlier that your mother-in-law was able to participate in, so that was a benefit for WIC and as teachers, parents, and we really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I'm talking fast because there's just too many people and too many organizations that we want to thank, and I know we don't have a whole lot of time to do that. But, I just, before I move on to the COSI program, and thanks for that, I just have to mention Leslie Anderson, because you've been such a great support to the Parents as Teachers program. You've been instrumental and incredible at the Thrive by 5. That whole group was born out of an idea between Emily and Donna Ramos-Raza from Head Start, and really your support over through time and still participating in that has been really fabulous, and we really appreciate that. Yes, thank you. And Pauline also is instrumental with that Thrive by 5, getting that 501c3 going. I'm going to talk about you later, but we do thank you so much for your support with that. So I wanted to move on to the COSI before and after school program now. I'm going to start off, several of these people are not here, so I just want to do a quick mention, but I have to mention because they just were were really instrumental in just helping support us throughout the years. Phil DePasquale, Ginny, is Ginny here? Ginny, hey Ginny. So we needed some garden beds. Ginny is all things magical and cozy garden. That is Ginny DePasquale. So we got some money, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, to build some beds and redesign our garden. And Phil DePasquale generously offered to make those beds. I did have him in mind because I've seen his work. And we have 4 beautiful 4x8 cedar beds, right, in the garden right now, and another one coming. So we just wanted to say thank you so much to Phil. He couldn't be here tonight, but Ginny, you can take this. Okay, thank you. We'll give I wanted to also mention Tom Sonati from Arnold Lumber. He could not be here either, but he just was so helpful along the way. I called needing cedar, we needed the planks cut to a certain size. He offered discounts, he called back immediately. I mean, I felt honestly like I was a celebrity. I mean, he was just very attentive, and anything for the district, anything for the district, anything for Posey, anything. He just was really, really helpful. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Tom, and I have a certificate that I'm going to deliver over to him, and Arnold Lumber. So I also wanted to mention back to the DePasquale family because they were so instrumental in our success over at the garden. But Peter DePasquale and Nikki Holden are both chefs at Roberto's restaurant. For the last 3 years, they've come over to the garden in the summer. They dedicate a day, they use the produce from the garden, and they make a masterpiece with the kids. And we have about an hour blocked off for them to do that, and they hang out, and they eat lunch, and they hang out, and they're there all day, and the kids are jumping all over them, and it's just a beautiful family affair. So we just wanted to, again, recognize Peter and Nikki Holden from Roberto. I mean, who doesn't want something made by the chefs of Roberto's and Posey? I mean, I don't know. It's just fabulous. So, thank you so much. So speaking of big celebrities in the garden, is Tony here? Tony, he's here. So, I mean, Tony's the same. He's a town administrator at the time. We invited him to come and read a book, hung out, told the kids all about his own passion for gardening, gave us some tips on gardening, read some stories, told some jokes, walked around, and hung out with the kids for like half a day and just really made a lot of friends. So we want to thank you so much, Tony. I wanted to just recognize, because several familiar faces. I know Aaron and Marge, and Cindy's not here, Cindy Sadler and Dr. Andrade have all come and read, and we would invite all of you to come to the garden this summer. We've got a couple of picnic tables out there. We're open for lunch on a beautiful day. On Wednesdays we have cookouts, so you can feel free to be treated to lunch, but if you wanted to bring your own and have a beautiful environment to eat your lunch, come and hang out. We would love to have you. We love to read. If you love to read, we'd love to have you read to the kids. So, open invitation.